In a small, forgotten village nestled deep in the forest, there existed an old mansion that had been abandoned for decades. Whispers among the villagers spoke of a haunted mirror hidden within its decaying walls, a mirror that trapped souls and fed on their fears. One rainy evening, a curious young woman named Emily, driven by tales and the lure of adventure, decided to explore the mansion. She had always been fascinated by the supernatural, and the thought of uncovering the truth about the haunted mirror excited her. As Emily entered the mansion, the air grew colder and an eerie silence enveloped her. Dust motes danced in the faint light that streamed through broken windows, casting long shadows on the floor. The mansion's interior was a labyrinth of dark hallways and creaking doors, each corner seeming to watch her with unseen eyes. Emily's footsteps echoed, mingling with the distant sound of dripping water. After what felt like hours of wandering, she found herself in a grand, decrepit room. At its center stood a large, ornate mirror, its surface covered with a heavy layer of dust and grime. Emily felt an inexplicable pull toward the mirror, as if it were calling her. She hesitated for a moment before wiping the dust away, revealing a pristine surface beneath. As her reflection came into view, a chill ran down her spine. The image staring back at her wasn't quite right. There was a slight delay, a fraction of a second where her reflection seemed to lag behind her movements. Intrigued and unnerved, Emily leaned closer, her breath fogging the glass. Suddenly, the reflection grinned, a malevolent smile that twisted her features into something grotesque. Panicking, Emily stumbled backward, her heart pounding. The reflection remained in the mirror, its eyes gleaming with a sinister light. A cold voice echoed in her mind, whispering her darkest fears and deepest regrets. She tried to tear her gaze away, but her eyes were locked onto the mirror, unable to break free. The room seemed to warp and twist around her, the walls closing in as the voice grew louder. Emily's body felt heavy, her limbs unresponsive, as if the mirror were draining her strength. In her final moments of clarity, she realized the truth. The mirror was a trap, a cursed artifact that lured in the curious and the brave, feeding on their souls. She felt herself being pulled into the mirror, her reflection laughing triumphantly as it claimed another victim. As Emily vanished, the mansion fell silent once more, the mirror's surface returning to its dusty, dormant state. The villagers continued to speak in hushed tones about the haunted mansion, warning others to stay away. But the law of the unknown was always too strong for some. Years passed, and the mansion remained untouched, its secrets buried within. The mirror, however, waited patiently, ready to ensnare the next unfortunate soul who dared to seek it out. One stormy night, a group of thrill-seekers decided to explore the old mansion, unaware of the danger that awaited them. They laughed and joked as they entered, their voices echoing through the empty halls. As they wandered deeper into the mansion, the air grew colder, and an uneasy feeling settled over them. One by one, they began to feel the pull of the mirror, an irresistible urge to find it. When they finally discovered the grand room, the mirror stood at its center, silent and menacing. Each of them felt a strange compulsion to approach it, their curiosity overcoming their fear. As they gathered around the mirror, their reflections appeared normal at first, but soon, the same delay and sinister grin that had trapped Emily began to show. The group tried to flee, but the mirror's power was too strong. One by one, they were drawn into the glass, their screams echoing in the empty mansion. The mirror claimed them all, feeding on their terror and despair. The mansion once again fell silent, the only evidence of their presence the faint echoes of their final cries. The villagers continued to tell stories of the haunted mansion, adding the tale of the thrill-seekers to their warnings. Yet, despite the growing number of vanished souls, the law of the unknown persisted. And so, the mirror waits, biding its time until the next curious soul ventures into the mansion, ready to claim another victim.